¿Qué tal amigos? En el próximo diálogo vamos a ver la importancia de mantenerse alejado de las personas negativas. Y en este video vamos a explorar conceptos como complain, que significa queja, better living, es una mejor calidad de vida, followers, que es seguidores, hangout, es compartir con gente, good vibrations, buenas vibraciones, evolve, que significa evolucionar, frown, que es cuando arruga uno la parte del ceño, y finalmente smile. Pay attention, enjoy the talk, and I see you soon.
¿Qué tal amigos? Esto es English with Kenneth, un portal digital diseñado para ayudarte a mejorar tus habilidades en el idioma inglés. Si eres nuevo aquí, te pedimos que le hagas un clic al botón subscribe y ahora vamos con el vídeo.
When I was living in London, in England, I
Yeah.
met a lot of people from Poland,
Yeah.
and they were going to England for work, and they could
Yeah.
only get jobs as either waiter or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so was I. I was a waiter back in England, and every time I meet these people, they always complain about the way how England works, about the system, about the salary, while
Yeah.
at the same time in their countries things are not going that well.
Yeah.
So every time I say to them, look, if you're not happy about what's going on around this country, well, why don't you just go home? I mean, why would you take so much time and energy to make everybody else as miserable while you're still here making better living, making better money? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, get a grip, right?
Yeah. It's like this. It's easier to complain. I mean, like if 99% of people in the world are followers and 1% are leaders. It is the leaders are the successful people, but success in not in money, but in happiness and so on. But most people it's easier to complain. And when you complain, God gives you more complaining stuff.
Exactly.
It's true. It is totally true. And for me, this is what I do. I don't hang out with negative people. Because
Right.
when you hang out with negative people, they want you to join the complaining boat and complain with them. And then when you complain with them, you become even more negative. So I don't hang out with negative people. I hang out with positive people. But the problem with that is there are more negative people than positive people. So you limit how many friends you have. But you have to make a choice in your life. How are you going to be? How do you want to be?
But that's
So,
very good advice right there. Like, you have to surround yourself with people who bring good vibration to you, and at some level try to get rid of the ones who don't contribute much to your life, right?
that's right. And the thing is like this, if you have some negative friends, they always say, oh, that's crap, or that's terrible, or that's stupid, or the government is doing this, or the government is doing that, or my job, my office is not good. I don't like it. And when you do that, you attract all that extra bad stuff because God says, oh, you don't like it? Okay, here's some more stuff for you. Until you evolve yourself into changing your mindset and the way you think, then God will give you more positive stuff to think about and in your life. You become even more happier and more successful. And trust me, to be honest, since I've been thinking this way, my whole life has changed. Giant, big, very, very big.
Nice.
I have much more investments. I have much more, and I don't even know how I really got them, to be honest, but it just sort of started flowing towards me. And it's a wonderful feeling. So when I get up in the morning, it's a fist pump. Yes, another day to enjoy. Every day is like that. And when you do that, God loves that because you're different than everyone else. And even in your circumstances in your life.
And you also reproduce that to other people, right? You bring that about people around you.
Yeah. and when you smile at someone, and it opens it up to their smile. They say, oh, it's great. You know, it's good to hang out with you. When you're always like frowning and sad and depressed, I mean, that is not the best feeling. And then what's the life worth? What's your life worth when you're always negative thinking? Oh, I hate this, I hate that. Very likely, your life is not going to be a long life.
That's a very
Really?
good point, Paul. I gotta tell you again, like going back to England, when I lived in England, I met a lot of people who were probably making money, some money, a lot of money, I don't know. And
Yeah.
then when I went over to Indonesia, I see so many poor people, but again,
Yeah.
them always willing to give you a smile back or to know who you are or to know where you're from. And then you question yourself, like, what is happy really all about, you know?
Yeah. In Indonesia, people live on nothing and they're happy.
Yes, they do.
Really, it's true. If I brought a Canadian guy here that had a low salary, he wouldn't last a week here.
Yeah.
But people live on nothing here and they're happy, relatively happy. I mean,
Or
anywhere you go.
sometimes you see a group of people hanging out, nobody have a penny, and somebody can do some sell and they get some money and they
Yeah, yeah.
buy breakfast for everybody and go flat
That's
broke
right.
again. And I'm like, why did you do that? I was just thinking, why did you try to save some money for something else? But they just
Yeah,
live
yeah,
day by day, don't they?
yeah, that's right. I see you missed Indonesia. You got to come back, Ken. When you become a big YouTube star, you can come back.
Of course, of course. It was a really life lesson to be there. And I'm always looking forward to go back there one day, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Have you come back here for a visit since then? Since you've been in
Um,
Chile?
the biggest issue I have with Indonesia, generally speaking, is health system. And since I have little kids, I'd rather stay
Yeah,
here where health is free and is
yeah, yeah.
good.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
by the time they get bigger, say another 10 years,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really think about, find my way back there because it was a
Sure,
country
sure,
that I
sure.
loved. It's like my second house, really. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Your second home, yeah.